Hey guys, Jonathan Doyle with you once again. Welcome back to the Daily Message. As always, my friend, please make sure you have subscribed. Hit those subscribe buttons. Go check out the show notes, the description here, because I want to give you free access to my book, Bridging the Gap. You can find out how to book me to speak. You can find the podcast version. I always go deeper on the podcast version. Sometimes I just find it easier to explore concepts. So if you want to do the podcast versions, there should be a link here where you can find that. Yesterday we talked about self-sabotage. Today, what was I going to talk about today? I'm trying to remember on my notes. Yes, this was what we did on the podcast. Today we're going to talk about the importance of not waiting for a sign from the cosmos. You're all going, what now? What now? I've been reading an interesting book this week, and the author made the point that a lot of times in life we cannot do something that we know we need to try or do because we're waiting for a great cosmic sign. And you might be looking at this right now thinking, I haven't done that, Jonathan. I think we all do. I think at some level, when we have uncertainty and we don't know what to do, we can often wait for the universe to give us a sign. We'll be like, well, I'll go for this promotion. You know, if 3 black birds fly past my head synchronized and it must be raining. And if that happens, you're all going, where did that come from? But it's like, if that happens, then I'll go for the promotion. You ever done that? You ever actually just gone, maybe you haven't waited for a cosmic sign, but you've often waited for some kind of deep certainty that you won't, well, at least I have. I'll just do this video for me. For many years, I would be in a position where I didn't take action at key moments because I just didn't have this inner certainty. Some people are born with such a profound sense of this way, this is what to do, go do this, absolutely no problem. Many of us don't have that. So today's message is really about what do you do if you sometimes don't know what to do and you're waiting for some kind of sign or certainty. I think the first point is that it is okay to be attuned to important decisions and input that can come from helpful places. So you might be just trying to discern something, trying to work out a decision, and it makes sense to ask intelligent people that you trust, right? That's different to waiting for some kind of cosmic certainty that this is the absolute path. I think this goes to kind of the uncertainty of life itself. That because we live in such a technocratic culture, our culture is so control-based, massive government over-control across every level of society, surveillance everywhere, not just government, but of course big corporations. We're constantly surveilled, we're constantly, the COVID thing taught everybody the kind of obsession with safety, right? Like that you can just have all these parameters and that everything can be controlled and that we're all going to, live to 100 plus and die happily in our beds. It's not going to happen. The nature of life is profound uncertainty. And I think there's a deep anxiety embedded in our culture. And I think there's darker aspects to the technocratic control that we're seeing, but I think there's also this deep human urge to have certainty and predictability around life itself. You can understand why, as a species, we've evolved facing huge external forces, weather, animals, other tribes. So certainty and predictability have become really important to us. But we can only control so much. Sooner or later in life, you just have to choose. You just have to do things. I'm preaching to myself here because I was never particularly good at this. So I think it's really crucial that we learn to just take the steps that we need to take. I'm going to talk more about this in a video in a couple of days on action. But I just want to say to you today, if you've been holding off something and not making a decision because you think you're going to get some cosmic message that's going to really push you forward, you're probably not. You just have to live. You just have to live and make the next decision and the next decision and the next decision, not being frivolous, but just doing things and moving forward. All right, that's all I wanted to say today. Stop waiting for a sign. Back yourself a little bit more. You can't have perfect safety. You can't have perfect certainty. You can't protect yourself or others from everything. Sooner or later, we got to live. We're not God. We didn't create the cosmos. We have to play by the rules that are here. We have to live. Please make sure you've subscribed. Go and check out the notes in the description. Get yourself free access to my book, Bridging the Gap. My name's Jonathan Doyle. This has been the Daily Message. Stop waiting for a sign. Go and do stuff. And I'm going to talk with you again tomorrow.